Hello friends and fellow gamers, MKxJUMP here, and today we're going to be checking out this week's event for Idle Heroes. Now we've got a Card Clash of Illusion event, and things are looking really good for free-to-play players. This is probably the best Card Clash of Illusion event we've probably ever seen, and it looks like a great step forwards that DH Games have made to make this event more accessible for budget and free-to-play players. However, it seems compared to last time, they've taken a step backwards for spenders, so that's a bit unusual. Now, before we go ahead and take a look at all of that stuff, let me remind you, if you guys need help with your Idle Heroes account, I do account reviews on Tuesday during my Twitch streams and through my Discord. If you want to get more information on how to join that, join our Discord. There is a link in the description, or go to discord.gg/MKxJUMP. To get permission to instantly have access to our account reviews on Tuesdays, one way that you can get access is by backing me on Patreon using the link up there in the top corner of the screen. So if you want to support what I do and also get yourself some Idle Heroes help as well, go ahead, hit that link and consider pledging to me on Patreon. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump in and take a look at this week's event for Idle Heroes. So, each day for logging in, you're going to be getting yourself 7 enchanted cards. Make sure you log in every single day so that you can get all 49 cards for free across the week just for logging in. You'll be able to use those cards here in the Card Clash of Illusion, where you can draw out different cards which will correspond to different factions. For example, this first boss wants us to have Shadow, Dark, and Transcendence factions, and if you have multiple of the same, like I do here, I have 2 Dark ones, you get a little bonus as well. You get, when you have 3 heroes summoned, power-ups as well, which can make your teams even stronger. The ideal situation is to try and build one team really powerful and get that to take down the boss once, using the other teams to add some supporting damage, and that should hopefully clear these bosses. 17 or 18 is the normal point for the first stage, and then it goes up probably by 1 card each time. If you go ahead and look at the rewards for each stage, it does get pretty good. You've got 6-star chests for stage 1, heroic summon scrolls for 2, wishing coins, then prophet orbs. Stage 5 is probably where a lot of people are going to push towards. This gets you crystals of transcendence, and you get 5 glorious treasury coins. Those treasury coins can be spent in the glorious treasury to get some pretty good rewards. The majority of people probably are going to be going for stellar shards. However, if you're a really new player and you've barely got an E5, it might be worth considering these cultivation materials, as you can get a void egg selection chest which will let you pick a somber egg. It's really important that when you get an E5 and you unlock the void, the first egg you open should be a somber egg, as this is guaranteed to get you someone that either gives skill damage, holy damage, or all damage dealt. On top of that, you'll have a bunch more eggs. You get 15 in every box. There's 5 boxes, so theoretically you could spend it all on eggs if you wanted. Probably not the best idea though, considering we do have some rare star spawn materials in here too. But just grabbing 15 to kickstart your account is certainly not a bad idea. If you've already done star spawns, if you're already well on your way, it's probably just then worth getting stellar shards. There is the option of going into treasury too, but this does require 10 of the glorious coins. That will get you actually access to some really neat artifacts. If you're a newer player, melodic strings is the best first artifact to go for. Some more established players might be pushing for a Rudy Scepter or elusive mirror to get some energy feed, maybe even golden crowns for protection. This is pretty good. And if you're super duper late, you might even be considering wildfire torch as a defensive artifact. One artifact you cannot get from here is demon bells, so any opportunity to grab a demon bell from an artifact chest, for example, should be used for that. Now, to get more of these glorious treasury coins, you are able to push further progress in the Card Clash of Illusion. As I said, most people will be pushing to stage 5. To get there, that will require you to spend some gems to get some extra tickets. You can buy up to 60 here. That's probably way too many. I would do this at the end of the week when you've got your 49 for free. If you're wanting to push further, you can spend starry gemish items like Contract Starry Gems or bound starry gems like this, and that will allow you to go ahead and get some more of the Card Clash of Illusion tickets, another 60. One neat thing then for this week is the contractual strategy. This is rewarding us with Contract Starry Gems for how much progress we've made in the Realms Gate. So if you've got an E5 and if you've gone ahead and made progress in the Realms Gate and got your Void Corruption nice and high, you should easily be able to get some progress here. This is way better than what we had last time, which was based on your campaign progress. Unfortunately, you cannot progress in campaign much until you hit level 130. However, getting an E5 and pushing the Realms Gate, completely doable, even if you're only like level 110. So you should be able to get some Contract Starry Gems, hopefully this week, assuming you've been playing long enough to have an E5 and push some progress in the Realms Gate. That's 600 in total you can grab from here, which is conveniently exactly enough to buy 60 of the cards. However, just because you can does not mean you should. The progress you can push here is mediocre. You're probably only going to be getting to about stage 7, even if you use your Contract Starry Gems. That's only 10 Glorious Treasury coins, so it's maybe an artifact or 2 lots of Stellar Shards at best. You'll have to spend even more Contract Starry Gems, and that'll be by going into the value packs here and selecting the Contract Starry Gem packages, and these offer gold and even more cards. You'll have to go ahead and buy some of these if you're hoping to get all the way up to stage 9, for example. However, reaching stage 9, not that bad, as that does give you access to the next tier of rewards here, Treasury 3, and then that'll give you the opportunity to go ahead and buy some sublimation. In my opinion, though, investing all those Contract Starry Gems just to get one blob of sublimation, it's not that good. It's not worth it. So in my opinion, I would just personally save the 600 from contractual strategy and wait for big events. If you've been keeping up with my free-to-play Contract Starry Gem series, you'll see that you can get some crazy rewards just by using Contract Starry Gems. Big events like Black Friday, Christmas, Chinese New Year, which is coming soon. After that, there'll be Valentine's Day and Easter, and then Anniversary in summer as well. These massive events allow us to use Contract Starry Gems as free-to-play players to get some whopping rewards. So in my opinion, just take these 600 and save them. You do not need to be chasing the card clash. It comes around every single month. It's exactly the same month in, month out. There's nothing that special about it. Card clash is a good event. Don't get me wrong. The rewards are nice. But is it better than those other events? No. So I think it's worth saving to get some really nice stuff from those big events. You can get stuff like Deific artifacts. You can get stuff like Destiny materials. It's way better to save for them. Now, if you do decide to push in the Card Clash Evolution, there's a challenge stage as well, where you can basically try and build the best team that you can with the heroes and the buffs that you have, and then you can go ahead and fight this big giant octopus dude. That will allow you to get on the Illusion leaderboard. All you have to do is just fight this at the bare minimum, and you will get 1,000 gems. Not bad. Awakening privileges are here. This is pretty normal, a standard Awakening session. Nothing unusual, except we have the Soul Awakening session, which is back, and this time, it's offering a B stone. Normally, this gives B minuses, and people were quite upset when it went down. At one point, they did give a B plus. Well, it seems they're back to giving Bs, but unfortunately, they're bound. That's the only downside to this stone. If it wasn't bound, it would be amazing. But because it is bound, it is a little limiting on what it allows you to do. I don't think getting 200 points in Awakens is worth it just to get yourself on this leaderboard. First of all, it probably needs you to do about 33, 34, 35 Awakens, which is quite a lot of Awakens, and will cost you quite a large number of Contract Starry Gems. And if you remember earlier, I was just stressing the importance of saving them for big events. There is the upside that if you get to 100 points, you do get an artifact chest, and this does contain Demon Bell, one of the rarer artifacts in the game. There's also the possibility of getting to 150, which does have Essence Sublimation Selection chest here, which is nice, and then 300, which is the ideal point to push you, will get you past 200, so you do get that guaranteed B stone, and you're able to get yourself a Sublimation chest or a core chest if you want it. Then again, considering the investment in Contract Starry Gems, you do get more rewards from big events. So in my personal opinion, this still isn't worth it, even though there is a B stone. A long time ago, this used to be one of the best ways to spend Contract Starry Gems as a free-to-play player. That ship sailed a long time ago. I think that's probably why DH Games have upped it to a B stone, just because fewer and fewer people are doing the Awakens here. Either way, some people may be doing Awakens, so that might bring prices in the auction house down. So if you can try and snag a deal this week, that'd be pretty cool. Now, on top of all of that, we also have the Starlight Melody. This is rewarding you for doing enchanted cards in the Card Clash Evolution, and also for awakening heroes. The goal here probably is just to go ahead and use your cards and just get some passive rewards. Even if you're free to play, you're probably going to be getting 300 or 400 points here, and that's going to give you a nice stack of Stellar Shards, Spiritual Essence, Master Toolboxes, and chests that contain heroes. Every time you get 100 points, you'll get one of these. Every time you get 200, you'll get one of them, and 300, same thing. So lots of potential rewards up for grabs here. But here is where DH Games have screwed over spenders. If you go to the Moonlight gift, they have the multiplier here, which is giving you a lot of enchanted cards, so that's very nice. And also you have ×2 rewards for the Starlight Melody, ×4 rewards, and ×6. And a while back, they used to really make this dodgy. It used to be a lot more to get the ×6. I think it used to be $400. It was very out of scale because it was 100 for X2, 200 for X4, then 400 for times 6. The maths did not make sense. But now they scaled it back. They did this a few weeks ago, and they definitely have fixed it properly to make the scaling make sense for spenders. And last time as well, it was brilliant because this chest here that contains deific artifacts was 3,000 points. So getting to 9,000 points here meant you could get 3 deific origin artifacts from this, along with the one you get from the Moonlight gift, which was instantly 4 deific artifacts that you could pick up for your 300 bucks so that you could make a splendid deific artifact. Not to mention all the crystals of transcendence and the stellar shards and the prism starry gems that are coming from here and the enchanted cards which can help you get more progress, of course, in the card clash of illusion. And then when you consider the Starlight Melody chest here is also giving you glorious treasury coins, you can easily, if you do some strategic spending and some contract starry gem use on value packs, get the maximum number of glorious treasury coins this week, which means you easily can get yourself to treasury level 4 where you can get deific artifacts. That only needs you, right, this is lower than normal, to do 40 coins spent. So the gap between treasury 6 is 100. So you got 6 opportunities to buy either from the deific artifacts, or you can go ahead and grab Destiny, which is probably the better choice here for Treasury 5. Then Treasury 6 is giving you up to 4 opportunities to buy from here, giving you the new super powerful things for Nirvana Heroes. Very nice. I know it says limit 6, but you can only actually get 140 coins this week. That's 80 from our Card Clash of Illusion rewards for getting all the way to stage 20, along with the additional 60 that you would get for getting 1,500 points here, then multiplying it by 6, giving you 60 lots of these coins. That does require you to do a ton of enchanted cards, but that is easy to do if you're pushing progress. For example, in the Moonlight gift, you need to spend 300 bucks. So buying one of these Flora's Picnic packages is not bad. That's going to get you Prism Starry Gems, treasure coupons, it gets you Cause of Transcendence, and a box here that gets you even more Contract Starry Gems. Not terrible value, especially when you consider the Moonlight gift bonuses. And also, if you look at value packages here, you can buy 2 of these $100 packs, and that's going to get you an additional 80 enchanted cards. Combine that with the additional cards that you can pick up if you want to use some Starry Gems here, the cards you get for logging in, and the additional cards you're going to be getting from the Moonlight gift, you will have more than enough cards to be able to max out the Starlight Melody to 1,500 points and easily get to stage 20 here in the Card Clash of Illusion. So all of that combined is a nice way of spending 300 bucks, and that will get you the maximum rewards this week and tons of stuff here from the Glorious Treasury. Now, what kind of spenders would want to be doing that? Well, in my opinion, is it going to be people pushing for these Star Soul things? Maybe. You do get 4 of them for 300. That's not the craziest value we've seen. We've seen them for much cheaper, but this is a consistent event that comes every 4 or 5 weeks, and it's always 300 bucks to get these big rewards. However, we are getting that slight disadvantage where we are only getting 2 of these origin chests, not 3 from the Starlight Melody. They've tried to offset this by offering this chest, but this is a one-time pink for the festivals from last year, or 2 lots of orange. That is not worth a deific chest. That value is wank. Mainly because this used to give 2 oranges and a pink anyway. It's wild. They've literally taken 2 oranges and a pink away and an origin artifact away, and in return given us just 1 and gone, well, it's festival, so it must be good. Terrible, terrible exchange. DH Games screwing us there. Hopefully this returns to the 3,000. So maybe that's an argument not to spend. Maybe it's just better to wait for the next Card Clash of Illusion and then spend your 300 bucks then. It's not like the event's going anywhere. Card Clash is a common event that does return consistently. That said, though, for spenders who are constantly wanting to make progress, getting more Star Soul stuff here for 300 bucks is not terrible value. You are also getting a lot of Destiny stuff in return, which will help newer whales trying to establish their Destiny things. Not to mention Treasury 3 is giving you all the sublimation and spiritual essence and the core chests that you may need to get to that point. And Treasury 4 is offering deific artifacts, which are extremely valuable in and of themselves. So basically, this is a really nice event where newer spenders, like people who are wanting to get into spending hundreds of bucks on this game, can really give themselves a massive, massive boost in progress. Is it the best way to spend? No. Like if you look at Black Friday, Chinese New Year, Christmas, those big events no doubt give you way better value for your money. The main difference between this event and those events, though, is there's no currency you need to spend. There's no profit orbs, there's no wishing coins, there's no heroic summon scrolls that need to be exchanged to get rewards. However, during those events, you do get some really nice privilege packs and relays, which get you access to a lot more rewards for your money. So personally, if I was just a normal just looking to do the most optimal spending possible sort of person, I probably wouldn't go chasing this event. If you're looking to accelerate your progress, then yes, you could spend on this event, spend 300 bucks in the way I outlined earlier, and that could help you too. The only other way I would consider spending this week is maybe just getting 500 VIP XP just to get the Prism Starry Gems. You could do that with like a monthly carnival card or senior privilege card or just something just to push you up here. That's fine. That's going to get you a few enchanted cards. You get some Prism Starry Gems in return, and it was something you were going to buy anyway. That is often a nice thing to do when a Moonlight gift pops up. Other than that, that is pretty much the entire event available for us guys. I think the majority of people, free-to-play players, I'm looking at you guys, grab these 600 Contract Starry Gems and then call it a day. You do not need to be doing Awakens. I don't even think spenders probably want to be doing Awakens. There's better things for us to spend our Contract Starry Gems on, let's be honest. And the Soul Awakening session is just bait. Look how much these guys spend. Look how many Awakens these guys do just so that they can get on the leaderboard and get a triple S stone or a double S or an S. These guys fight like fiends to get in this top 10 position. And this is day one. This is going to get much, much more worse as the week goes on. People spend ridiculous amounts of money hunting for these top rewards. In my opinion, it's not worth it. It's really not worth it. Just go on the auction house and buy an A-. That would be what I would do. You do not need to compete with these idiots. It's just wild. So yeah, that's it for this week. Let me know what you guys are doing this week. Are you just going to pop in and do the small amount, just get that first stage, stage 5, and get some glorious coins and call it a day just using your gems? Are you going to push a little further, go up to stage 7? Maybe you're planning to push super far, get to stage 9, then do some Awakens. I would argue doing Awakens after stage 9 is probably better. This B- stone is not as good as a B stone, so if you were going to try to spend some Contract Starry Gems to push to stage 11, it is actually just better to do the Awakens at that point. So maybe that's an option available to you if you do want to scratch the itch and do Awakens. I don't think it's the best use of Contract Starry Gems, but people enjoy Awakens, so I can understand why you do it. And yes, it does contain a chest that contains Demon Bell, so there is some argument to be made about hunting this. However, with Chinese New Year so close now, I don't think it's only a couple weeks away, is it worth using your Contract Starry Gems now? I don't think so. Next week is offering us the Treasure Hunter's Labyrinth, so that's Sky Labyrinth. We've got the mysterious chests here as well, where you can spend gems. Probably not worth doing that. And then the Wishing Coin event, interestingly enough, is giving Ignis. So maybe DH Games are going to cook us a nice Wishing Coin event next week. Who knows? Maybe it's just going to be a boring, basic one. The only way we find out is by hitting that subscribe button for next week's event review video, where I'll break everything down so you know how to make the best progress in the week ahead. Until next time, guys, don't forget, account reviews, you can join us on a Tuesday. Link to my Discord can be found in the description. And as always, guys, have an amazing week, and I'll see you next time. Until then, though, happy idling.